Good morning. It's 10:30 on Wednesday the 30th of January, and I left Kingswear about an hour ago after catching a bus from Brixham, which is where I'm walking back to, which is going to be around about 10 miles. And after the first hour I know that it's going to be a very tough 10 miles. That's if the first couple of miles are anything to go by. It's been seriously steep ups and seriously steep downs, and it's sleeting as well. It started off sunny and the forecast is for it to brighten up and warm up. It's only around about 3 degrees I reckon now. I'm glad I've got all my really warm stuff on today to the absolute limit. And it was noticeable on the bus that we passed through several areas where there'd been snow last night. There was snow on the pavements and snow on the roads, and not that it slowed the bus driver down. He was really going fast actually. He was quite worrying at times, but they obviously know what they're doing, these guys. No, I know it's going to be a tough walk today. I'm prepared for it, but I can't sit in the van for another day just waiting for decent weather. And I've got to get this leg out of the way, and from then on it will be easier. I know that. I've been looking around the area quite a lot, and there's an awful lot of concrete for me to walk on after I finish this leg. And even though it's say 10 miles, it might take me 5-6 hours. I've got no idea, but I'm going to go for it. And if I have to shelter from the sleet for a while, then that's what I've got to do. So, here we go. So here I am at Forward Point NCI, and this is Mark. And how's it going, Mark, today?
Well, it's a quiet day because it's the time of the year that we're at, but the weather is fantastic. We've had a few fishing boats and a yacht and one large bulk carrier gone past, so actually that's as busy as it's likely to get. But we're still 11:15. We have a couple of hours to go on this watch, and then we'll change over to 2 colleagues who will carry through till 4 o'clock today.
Right.
So yeah, we're one of the larger stations here, but it's very seasonal. We're at the mouth of the Dart, and as you can expect, during summer months it will be incredibly busy.
Obviously.
With kayakers, day trippers, people coming out to see the seals at the Mewstone over there. At low tide we'll more often than not see seals, dolphins sometimes, so a lot of activity, but we're on a slightly quiet time of the year, so it's very much watch and maintain at the moment.
Yes, I haven't seen anyone yet. But I mean, I go some days where I don't see anyone at all, and when I say it's a surprise, usually the weekends you get people out, but you know, Monday to Friday there's not a great deal going on.
Yeah, that's right.
So, are you a walker as well then, Mark? Have you actually done this part of the coastal?
I have done.
Yes.
As fortune would have it, I can give you some feedback because I have done it. I did it in
Oh,
November,
good.
so I did it from Dartmouth, where I live, across the ferry, Kingsweir, and then into Brixham, which is the route I believe you're now about to take.
Yes, that's right.
So it's a fantastic walk, great scenery. It hugs the coast.
Yes.
Watch your footing. You need to follow the old Wainwright advice. Watch
Yeah.
where you're putting your feet. Don't
Yeah.
admire the
Yes.
view while you're walking.
Yes.
And it is quite up and down in
Right,
places.
right.
So, but pace yourself and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first sort of, I don't know. I don't think we've done 2 miles yet. Actually, it's taken a while, but that was very up and down. But fortunately, it was through all the wooded area when it was sleeting a little bit.
Yeah, so you got a bit of
I
protection.
got some protection, yeah, which was good, and a bit of shelter. But that's the first sleet I've had on this 290 something day walk,
Right.
and you know, the forecast isn't so good this week, but it's gonna brighten up again next week again. Apparently, it seems the pattern seems to be, according to the BBC weather forecast, it's like, for me it's going to be like 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to walk in heavy rain, and I can't video either.
No.
So how long do you think it's going to take me to get from here to there then? About another, say, 4 hours, would you say?
Yeah, I think when I did it, it took about 4.
Yes.
But we did stop off, which at Colton Fishacre,
Oh,
which is
right.
a National Trust property, and we did have a timely cup of tea and a
Yes.
piece of cake along the way. But I don't think that's open at this time
No,
of the year.
it's not, no.
But I think I would allow 4. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But without stops, and just sort of, you want to stop to admire the view in places. And
Oh,
that
of
kind
course,
thing. But
yeah.
yeah, particularly as I say, it's good visibility today.
Yes.
But yeah, about 4, I would think.
Excellent. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Well, thank you very much for your time, Mark. I know you're a busy man, you've got to keep your eyes open and everything, but thanks for everything you've said and your hospitality. Thank you very much.
Thank you for visiting us at NCI. I know you've seen some of the other stations along the way, so we appreciate you popping in to say hello.
Yes.
And we wish you all the best on your walk.
Thank you very much. That's very nice. Thank you. It's just after 1 o'clock now, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is one of the toughest walks I've done. It's up and down, steep hills, zigzags everywhere. I know I've done walks like that in the past quite easily, but this is soaking wet. It's muddy, it's dangerous. I've just fallen. Fortunately, I fell to my right hand side and I've fallen on my back. I haven't hurt myself, there's no injury. It's just that I'm covered in mud, and more than mud actually, because there's a horse in the field, and so I've fallen in, you know. And at the bottom of this steep hill there's a gate, and it seems to me as if this is where the horse has been sheltering, so it's knee deep in mud. I had to climb over a fence to avoid using the gate. If I hadn't done that, I don't know how I would have got through. But the weather's improved, that's the good news. It's sunny, there's a bit of cloud gathering immediately behind me. There's just a little bit of a breeze, but it's still a nice day, bearing in mind that it's the second to last day of January. It's February, the day after tomorrow. I never thought I'd keep going until February, but I'm very pleased that I am. I think I'm about halfway now. I can see Brixham in the far distance, and I don't think there's many more of these estuaries from just looking at my map. I think once I reach the top of the summit of this big hill, which is a very big hill, I think I stay on the top for quite some time. I don't think there's many more of these kind of inlets and coves and things, and I should, with a bit of luck, get there probably in the next 2 to 3 hours, because I've got no idea what's around the next corner. I'm being slowed down because I'm having to walk much slower, because you've got to watch every step, and it's slippery and it's muddy, and it's just a bit frustrating really, but it's got to be done. So here we go again. So it's exactly 5 o'clock. Took quite a lot longer than I thought, and that was because it was so tough. It really was a tough walk, and the gloopy mud didn't help. It was impossible to feel confident taking one foot in front of another at times, and I fell. Didn't hurt myself, but I got covered in mud. I don't know how I'm going to get it all off my jacket and stuff. I'll take it to a dry cleaner or something, but that's a bit inconvenient. It might just brush out when it all dries out. But it's been a great walk. I mean, I'm not denying it was a brilliant experience, and I feel quite proud of myself really that I did it quite comfortably. I'm tired, you know. It was a long walk. Some of the hills were incredible. I only met the people in the lighthouse, the lookout centre, and they were the only people that I actually spoke to. I did see one or two other people on the path, but it was there was nobody I thought that was really, when I say serious walkers, and I wanted to get on with it. As you saw, the sun was at my back nearly all the way, which was good in one sense. It brightened up for me so that I could see where I was going, but it really cut down the number of shots I could get because the sun was so strong. I got some shots, but I would have said that a very small percentage of what I could have actually got. But anyway, I've reached the car park now where the van is, and dying for another really nice cup of tea. Absolutely gagging. I don't know how far I've walked, but I did check earlier on. I'd walked about nearly 13, so I would imagine, you know, with everything included, that would be something like about right. So, hope you enjoyed it, and tomorrow we'll be starting again. I'm trying to walk as far down this coast as I can. I've got no plans, I'm just going to keep walking.